Welcome back, episode 2.
God, it's flying over, isn't it? Time's flying over.
Isn't it? Oh, it's been a week.
And not an hour ago. I've got a few of these jumpers, by the way. Just so you know.
Yeah, and I've got a few of these shirts as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the same clothes from the last.
No,
show.
Definitely not. So the news. We're going to start off with the news.
So Magic's in the news, actual news and positively as well, which is good.
It is. BGT is fully underway in full swing.
Yes.
And there's been quite a few magicians on.
I've seen 3 or 4. I don't watch
done pretty well. In fact, one person even got the golden buzzer. KSI's
hit
the golden buzzer.
So straight through to the final.
That's right. Yeah, straight through to the final. So there's always
the live shows.
I think that goes straight to the live shows.
Okay.
Straight through to the live shows.
And then who knew that John Danbury could sing?
Nah. I don't know him very well.
I
have met him a few times. I didn't know he was a singer as well.
I didn't know he was a singer.
Quite good.
He's better than his Magic, wasn't he? I'm joking, John. No, I was surprised, honestly, because the first... so I'm friends with him on social media, and I saw a reel that he put up of him performing on the stage, and he was doing the bill switch, right?
Okay.
But I always have my screen muted when I'm sort of scrolling through, because it gets on your nerves, all these adverts and stuff. So I was just watching the bill switch, and it's only when we put it on earlier on there I realised he was actually singing at the same time.
Right, okay.
And he's got a great voice, to be fair.
He has.
I'm not sure how the judges sort of... It was a lukewarm sort of response from them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The crowd seemed to like it, which was good.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of things, though, are changed on BGT. Sometimes stuff's muted when it wasn't. If a crowd sometimes is cheering, sometimes they'll mute that off and make it look worse or better than it is, depending on the thing. Well, maybe a little bit. And
then there was that. What was that guy's name as well? Who did the stuff for the care home and all that kind of thing? He went down well.
I can't remember. He produced a taxi at the end on the screen. That went down really well. I think stuff that's got a backstory is always good.
The hook, and his grandma was in the audience. Who was 87.
Exactly.
And then they would like.
He works in a care home. So he's already won.
Well.
If you work in a care home and you've got a grandma in the audience who's 87, you've won.
Produce a pensioner with dementia as well in the final, and you're going to win.
Yeah, exactly. So it was good. I think all the stuff's been good in BGT.
It's only positive, isn't it?
Of course, it is. It's always positive for magicians.
TV, I think.
Regardless of what they do, it's always good, isn't it, for us?
Talking about magicians who are on the TV, we never mentioned it in the last show, but Blaine was at Blackpool, of course, as well.
David Blaine was at Blackpool. Did he buy any knob gags off you? Or?
Unfortunately not, no. He's another one who walked past the stand tutting. But it was good to see him walking around. I think the last time I saw him there was probably about 15, 20 years ago. When me and Gary Jones had a stand together, so that was almost 20 years, 18 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I didn't remember him coming the last time. Apparently, he did come to our stand and he did buy something, but I wasn't on it, obviously, because I was off swanning around, as you said. Yeah, this time, yeah. I don't know. I can't remember what they did tell us, but I can't remember now what it was.
That was a ringing in.
Maybe a pack of sponge balls or something.
Sponge dong.
I honestly can't remember. They did tell us, but I can't remember. They were like, David Blaine's been up and he's bought something. Mulhern, we saw Stephen Mulhern.
Yes.
He was there as well.
Yeah. He seems like a really nice, again, didn't come to my stand.
Yeah, met him a few times.
He was stood talking to Mark Bennett on the next stand to me for ages.
Right.
And he just seemed like a really super nice guy, to be fair.
Yeah, he is really nice. He's looked after us many times when I've been to see him at various different places.
If you ever get to the Magicbox shop, there's actually a signed photo to my friend Graeme, and he spelt Graham's name wrong.
Of course, yes. Absolutely.
Was that an in-joke?
That's because we're very good friends, as you can see from that picture.
Stefan. Thanks, Stefan.
Exactly. I think we have supplied a few bits and pieces. He did it. So the funny thing about that is Mulhern did a cruise.
Yes.
He was doing cruise ship magic without being on the cruise.
Okay.
So he was on the screen, so that he was doing cruise magic, but they used his image on the screen.
Oh, so a bit like ABBA doing that.
Exactly. We supplied magic to the cruise, and we had to send like 7 different sets of whatever it was to him, and then he would obviously put them out to the crew. But he had a crew doing illusions and stuff, and he would come on the screen and stuff. Apparently it was good. I never saw it, but apparently it was good.
If you say, did you... I don't think you were there last year, but Mike Sullivan did the Wayne Dobson lecture at my convention last year.
Yeah,
and it was all AI. It's fab, isn't it?
Yeah, we had it here. I had it here on the big screen.
It's really good.
It was
really
good. Yeah,
if you ever get a chance to get Mike over to your Magic Club,
absolutely,
I would definitely recommend it. And it's like, because I never got to see Wayne when he was in his sort of heyday, you know what I mean? When he was on the TV and he was fabulous then, you know, he was such a brilliant magician. And this is the closest that you're ever going to get to seeing that sort of live, really. It's like he used to be, you know. It's really good.
Yeah,
really
is really good. You had him at your convention before?
Last year, yeah.
Last year. And what about your convention this year?
Yeah, coming up. So it's the 17th, 18th of April. Tickets are still available on the website, stellarmagicshop.com. We've got 5 lectures that we've announced. You're going to ask me who they are now, and I'm going to embarrass myself and say I can't remember all of them, but I'll try and remember it in a second. And 1 secret surprise lecture. So
Is that Blaine?
I can't say.
What a great convention is, by the way. I think I've done it twice, I think.
There's only been 2?
I've been to both, and it's a really good convention. Again, quite small, intimate. As you said in the last one, everybody sort of meets together. Everyone stays in the same hotel, eats together, drinks together.
It's great. It's great.
It's good crack.
And it's good. We've got a lot of people who come back time and again.
Yeah.
The first convention that we had, I had Gary Jones, Mark Elston, Michael Murray were all lecturing for us, and they come along each year and support. Unfortunately, Gary can't be here this year. He's double parked himself, but Mark will be there and Michael will be there and just hanging out with the rest of the conventions, which is great.
Yeah.
So we've got Mark Bennett, Christian Grace.
Great signings.
Lord Harry, John Hotoker, and last year we had a sort of surprise lecture that nobody knew about, and it was Eddie McCall from Scotland.
Oh yeah, and
it was such a fab. He only did a sort of 20-minute, half an hour talk, and it was so good. Everybody just sat there absolutely captivated by him. So I've asked Eddie to come and do his full lecture for us this time.
That'll be good.
I say full lecture an hour, so I'm not sure what he's going to do, but Eddie basically has studied, you know, with Gordon Bruce and Andrew Galloway. And Andrew Galloway, as you know, was John Ramsey's student, right? So there's a direct link back to John Ramsey, and he was doing this beautiful coin magic that, you know, he did this. It was basically a copper silver routine using 2 coins, and it was absolutely superb. So I'm really looking forward to that. And like I said, 1 surprise lecture. But I can't say who that is.
Top secret. Even I don't know. I don't know who it is. Hope it's somebody good, though.
I'll tell you in a minute.
Otherwise, it's going to be a letdown, isn't it? It won't be a letdown. It'll be good.
It's not Graeme.
Not me, so it's definitely not a letdown then.
Your lecture's fab, actually. I've seen your lecture a couple of times. It's good.
It's all right.
I'll maybe get you at the next one.
Well, maybe. We'll see. You might not be able to afford us, to be honest.
True. That's true. Yeah.
We'll see.
Got to keep you in airspray somehow.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, well, that's it. That's the news for this week, I think.
The news. Let's move on.
Old school. This is the part of the show where we're going to talk about something that's that old. It's new again. And I first became aware of this trick about 25 years ago, maybe longer. I think it was in the 90s. Was it in one of his books? And then it came out as a packet trick, or did it just come out as a trick?
I thought it came out as a trick, but I could be wrong.
Stranger's Gallery was definitely in his book. But anyway, we're talking about Twisted Sisters by John Bannon, and this is available for the ridiculously, stupidly cheap price of £13.30. What a weird number. So, is that to do with the exchange rate?
Exactly. But that's right. Okay, I'll say this. That's Saturday Staff who's priced that.
Okay.
So it shouldn't be that price. It'll be £13, so it should be £12.99.
£13.32.
Yeah, that is an odd price. They've obviously priced it off the internet.
I think you're going to perform it for us.
Yeah.
So this is Twisted Sisters by John Bannon, an absolutely brilliant
So
packet
it's been
effect.
re-released, because this is a re-release, isn't it? It's now through Murphy's, where originally, obviously John produced this himself, didn't he? He came in, I remember
it came out with
the old
A1.
packaging. Oh yeah, God, A1. Which predates, if anyone wants to know who that is, A1
Mark
predates
Maxwell.
Murphy's. So you had Mark Murphy and Mike Maxwell basically ran a company called A1 Multimedia, and they produced tricks and VHS cassettes. If anyone is watching wonders what that is, Google it. There's this thing called a VHS. And they did VHS, and then the split. And obviously Mark went off and started Murphy's.
Yes.
And that's where we are now.
And Murphy's obviously got the rights to it.
Yeah, so Murphy's
the original packaging was like, big black thing with the...
it
was great.
Back in the old days, you used to get written instruction, didn't you? And it was
a written instruction, but I remember seeing a video of it, I think. But this was all magic shops used to dem this. And, for 13 quid each, you get a lot of magic for 13 quid, as you're about to see. So
this dates back to, like, I used to say, the 90s or something. This.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll be honest, I probably haven't done this trick for about 10 years. So I'm going to try and remember the way that I used to perform it, but it's like riding a bike, isn't it? So what we've got is a little packet of red cards, and we've got, I don't know, hopefully the camera can pick this up. We've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 red cards and 4 face down blue cards as well. Now, in a pack of cards, Chris, how many queens are there normally?
4.
4 queens, all right? And obviously you've got 2 red and 2 black queens, correct? So what I want you to do, I want you to name any black queen. So either clubs or spades, which one would you like?
Clubs.
The clubs. And which red queen would you like? The diamonds or
hearts?
Hearts, are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm going to try something really cool. Look, if I take my hands like this and give it a little snap, what that does is actually reverses one card. One card now should appear face up in this little packet, and you can see the clubs there, right? I'm going to do exactly the same with the reds. When I snap my fingers, another card actually turns face up in the red packet, which is the hearts, right? So now we've got the clubs and the hearts turn face up in the pack. I know what you're thinking, though. You're thinking they're kind of the wrong way around. If I do this, watch what happens is they actually switch places. So this is actually the only one in this pile which has actually got a blue back, and this queen over here is the only one which has actually got a red back. And I know what you're thinking. What would have happened if you'd named a different card or a different queen?
What would have happened if I
Well, the trick wouldn't have worked, because actually all the rest of the cards, these are all jokers, and the trick wouldn't have worked. So I'm glad you picked those 2 cards.
How good is that?
Wouldn't have worked.
How good is that for 13 quid?
Yeah.
It's a strong trick. And also, Max Maven always used to, because it's basically an outgrowth of Bewave, the Max Maven effect, right? Yeah. So you get 2 sets of those cards, so you could do the Bewave effect if you wanted to. But do you know what?
Yeah,
that is fantastic.
So I know there is some different handling instructions now. I think that's one of the original ways to do it.
Yeah, you don't even need. I mean, there was an Amplificator in there, but you don't.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
You don't even need to do that.
No, you don't need to do that. I remember that. I vaguely remember that was like an optional thing in the instructions, or he might have called it advanced handling or something at the end. Yeah, but it's just an empty count at the end of the day. But what a really great trick! And like you say, for £13.
Well, I had forgotten about, genuinely, I'm not just saying this because we said about stuff that you forget about. I had forgotten about this trick. And then you said this morning, let's do Twisted Sisters. And I was like, what a great trick.
Yeah.
Why did I stop? Because I think everybody owned this trick back in the day.
I think so.
There's so many new people now into Magic who've probably never seen this before. So, how work here is done, I think.
Yeah. Really good little trick. So you go. Twisted Sisters.
Twisted Sisters by John Bannon. He's done the thumb thing again.
Did the thumbs up again.
So now it's over to you.
Over to you.
And somebody's going to say, why does Graeme keep sticking his thumbs up? I'm sure that's going to come up, you know. You can't help yourself.
I can't help myself. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying not to do it, but
it's cute. It's funny. Leave it in.
One of those things.
So the questions and stuff we had in, the first one, which it caused a little bit of comment on the social media thing, was magic, playing card, toys, waistcoats, etc. Good or bad thing. It's basically a discussion point. So, would you go to a gig wearing a playing card tie?
No. Let's move on.
Okay, that was quick.
No, it's not my cup of tea. I think it's a bit cliche, a little bit cheesy. I might get in trouble for that, but each to their own. You know, some
exactly
people
what I was going to say.
Some people like it, some people don't. It's not for me, to be honest. I prefer to be smartly dressed. But I don't want to, I mean, we're going to go into a whole different thing here. For me, when I'm working, I don't want to look the same as everybody else, but I don't want to be underdressed, and also I don't want to be overdressed.
So what about things like, you see people with badges on, with like fans of cards, for example?
I think that's okay.
Or cufflinks with a fan of cards.
I think that's okay if it's subtle, in my opinion. But that's how so for me, when I go to a wedding, for instance, I don't even wear a full suit these days. I normally wear smart, tight jeans, usually, a shirt and tie, not even a tie, and a blazer.
Okay.
Not even a full suit.
Scruffy.
But I mean, people know me. They know even when I do a kids show, I don't wear brightly coloured. I talk about this in my lecture. I don't wear chef's pants. when I'm doing a kid show, and everyone thinks that's funny for some reason. But I don't wear the bright. I don't. Yeah,
that's
a lot
exactly
of people. Yeah, I don't wear any bright coloured clothing or anything like that.
I mean, I used to do kid shows years ago. I had to stop doing them when I injured my throat.
Right.
So I'm out of the loop as far as kids entertainers are concerned. Do they still wear chef's pants?
Some do. And you know who you are.
I'm not judging.
No, me neither. You know, if it's for them, it's for them. What I always wondered, right, is when the kids entertainers finish the show and they go to the petrol station and they get out the car.
Just imagine when they're wearing full clowns.
And they're dressed in full clown type, you know, in the bright coloured way. It's just not for me. It's not for me. I like to dress smart at a show, at a gig. I don't want to overdress either. And what I mean by that is if you're in a tuxedo and you go to somebody's house. Do you know what I mean? But I have got a magician who comes in the shop who does do that.
Yeah.
He will wear a tux everywhere.
Every gig, yeah. I saw him in here, he was wearing his tux.
Yeah, he'll go to someone's house party in the garden in the middle of the summer and he's full tux.
Very often, if I'm doing a house party or something like that, or not even a house party, but you know, when you're doing like a 50th birthday party, for example, right? Very often they're just wearing what we're wearing now, you know, a pair of jeans and a shirt. So I'll contact the client and say, what's everybody going to be wearing? Because I don't want to rock up wearing a three-piece suit and everybody's wearing jeans. And I'll do it like you said, I'll wear a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes. But I think what you got on your feet is important.
Yeah, I would agree.
And maybe a white t-shirt and a jacket or something like that.
Yeah, bit more casual.
I did some lectures in Australia in the last summer. Their winter, confusing. And there's a really good worker over there, friend of mine called Ben James. He's basically he's been mentored by Barry Govan, and Ben's a really, really busy working magician. And he always wears a playing card tie.
Right.
And I sort of, you know, but everybody there knows he's the magician straight away because he's got, so, you know, I think it depends on you, and if you're comfortable with it, you know, why not?
For me, I don't actually want them to know I'm the magician straight away.
You want to surprise them?
Absolutely. And I even get people who book me to come to functions. In fact, I've had one very recently where they wanted me to come along and pretend to be a guest. So they wanted me to be there as a guest and then just come out and start doing stuff. And
that's a bit different to me. You wouldn't wear a playing card tie there.
No, but I'd never do anyway. No. And I kind of like the surprise thing. And I know you've done the football crowns. We do them up here as well. And when I do the Newcastle United or even Sunderland, not that I like to do Sunderland too often, but when we do the football clubs and we do the boxes, which I know you do, I love this. I love going into the box, and generally I'll go into the box and ask if I do my raffle ticket thing, as you know, my raffle ticket production. Bring the raffle ticket. So I'll literally knock on the door. I'll go into the box. I'm just dressed in me whatever. I'm fairly smart, and I'll say, "I'm sorry, I just want to check if you've got your tickets." And they're all like, "What tickets?" Then I'll go bang into the routine, and they're all going, "What the hell's going on?" I've done literally 5 tricks in the first 45 seconds, and I go, "By the way, in case you wondered, I'm the magician." And it's kind of that's my get in, but that's why I dress. I don't want to go in and people going, "What the hell?"
I love how you've crowbarred a product into a little chat about a question.
I didn't do that on purpose.
No, I mean, it's a great point.
I mean, like you say, everybody's their own thing, whatever works for you.
But I notice everybody underneath the question has said no as well. So
I think even my wife was on like, no. And I'm like,
so I think if you do wear a playing card tie, you're going to be in the minority there. So there you go. So the next question, that question, by the way, was from
Steve Keys.
So thank you, Steve.
From the Newcastle area.
I've just did the something.
You see? You better don't edit that out.
So the next question was from Darren Lawbury, who's a magician friend of mine from the Kent area.
Okay.
And his question was, if your house is on fire, which magic book would you save? I think that's just a interesting way of saying what's your favourite magic book.
Will you go first?
Mine is the one I would save, the one I would probably miss, and I do go back to
More Commercial Killers.
I've got 2 More Commercial Killers. Yeah, that's right. That is a good book. I have to go back and relearn some of the tricks from that if I'm doing a lecture because I can't remember them. But it's so well written that I learn them easily.
It's easy.
There's two books. I'm going to save 2 books.
Can't right. You said one?
Well, I can say what I like.
All right.
I'm going to have one under each arm and leave the cat.
I'm going to save 6.
I'm going to say 10.
You can't write.
No, 2.
Go on, tell us the 2 then.
Okay, an honourable mention and then the thing. Okay, so Paul Harris, Art of Astonishment, volume.
I'm going to say which
book
one.
Book 1.
First one, right.
Because the stuff in there this was written like Super Magic was published in 1977 or 78 or something like that. And he was so far in front of everybody else. I mean, he was just like, he was publishing stuff then that if he was to perform, in fact, we'll do that on a future old school. I'll perform one of the tricks out of that book because there's a couple that I still do to this day. Bizarre Twist is my favourite out of that book, I think. But also Solid Deception. There's so much great stuff in there. It's a fabulous book, and he's just got a really wacky, weird way about him and stuff. And you watch, if you go onto YouTube, and there's all these old videos on there of Paul Harris performing it on a TV show, and it's all the material from that book. And he links it all together, one after the other, into like one sort of long routine. It's about 10 or 15-minute routine. It's superb. Honestly, it's fantastic. It's to see it come to life, because I've never. So when I started learning magic from books, this was before, like, you used to get all the video. Nowadays you can look at it on your phone.
Yeah.
In these days you've got to try and visualize it, right? So for me to sit there and watch Paul Harris perform these tricks for the first time, fantastic. But I've got to say, books, the way to get it. For me, I prefer books anyway, because you don't clone the performer then, Mm-hmm. It takes you a long time to find your own skin, doesn't it, as a performer? And
it's a lot to be said
someone
for books.
Else.
The books just, people don't read the books like they used to back in the day. They
made a bit of a comeback for a bit, but it seems to have gone the other way again. It goes backwards and forwards. And the other one is Simon Says by Simon Lovell. Fabulous book. Love it. There's a massive, great chapter at the start, which is all about entertaining. A close-up magician, so pocket management, how to break into groups, how to deal with people, how to leave groups, and all this. It was, for me, when I was first starting out, that book had just been published, and I was just starting to do my first gigs. It was great just to read all of his advice. I don't do any of the tricks from it, I don't think, but it's just a really great, fun read. And Simon Lovell, what a performer he was.
Yeah. Right, it's review time.
Review time. And I hadn't seen this before.
I know. Which I'm surprised, because this is right up your street. And you'll see why.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So this is.
So you're going to do it on me?
Yeah, I may as well do it, because it's people might not have seen it rather than play a thing. So this is called Persona. It's by David Jonathan. It was put out by Vanishing Ink. Again, nice packaging. And one thing I will say about this is the little, feel that.
I know, it's great. I thought that earlier when I saw
the little leather wallet that comes with.
The little packet trick holder is worth, it's worth 25 quid on its own.
$24.99.
Yeah.
And like Chris says, the little wallet it comes with, lovely quality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not real leather, but I mean, it's a nice, really nice little wallet, isn't it?
I have to say, Vanishing Ink do supply some great stuff. I bought a packet trick. It was a David Regal effect, and it came with a lovely brown packet trick wallet with a sort of elastic thing around. And then my car got nicked. That was in there, so I lost it. But it was fabulous. Brilliant.
Yeah,
because you get two. We'll talk about that in a second.
So this is the effect. So it's a personality test. So we're going to test your personality.
Test and see if I've got one.
Yeah, we're going to see if you've got one. So we're going to come up and decide what your personality is. Now these are personality testing cards. You can see they've got different things on. Like there's one that says sincere. This one says dynamic. Honest could be you. Bright could be. Anyway, you get the idea. There's lots of different ones. Now I'm not just going to have you choose one. We need to ask you some questions to gauge what your personality is. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you some questions. Every time you answer, I'm going to spell your answer. So for instance, if I asked you what your favorite color was and you said red, I would spell red by putting one at the bottom. So I'm going to spell R-E-D. Makes sense, yeah? So I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and whichever card we end on at the end, that's going to be your personality. So it'll be judged by what your answers
5 questions.
Makes sense. So let's start basic. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay, right. So we're going to go red. And now bearing in mind, if you'd said purple, it would have been more cards. It would have been a different position. That makes sense. So we're going to spell red, R-E-D. Fair? What colour underwear are you wearing?
None.
None. So we're going to spell none. None. N-O-N-E. None. Now, are you a car person or a bike person? I'm a car person.
Car, yeah.
Oh, you're a car person.
Yeah.
You were a bike before.
No.
Well, you're not a car person.
Car,
all right. So, C-A-R. That's
I said green last
3
time.
questions. Let's go for something totally random. You can name any item that you can see. Any item. And we'll spell that. You can.
Dildo.
It doesn't want to. You're talking about that person on the wall there. I've got pictures of magicians on the wall here, and he's pointing at a magician in particular. But
that's a mirror, Graeme.
Oh, okay.
Scarf.
Scarf. All right. Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay. So scarf. So S-C-A-R-F. Is that fair?
That's very fair.
Last question. Would you say you're a person? Would you class the glass as half full or half empty?
I would say half full.
Half full. All right. So I'll spell half full. So H-A-L-F. Fair enough. F-U-L-L. All fair?
Yes.
So we've ended up on a card here.
Yes.
Now, bearing in mind, depending on what you answered, you could have said anything in the room. You could have said floor, seat,
this is so good.
So you could have said anything and it would have ended up in a totally different position, right?
Yeah.
So you could have been sincere. You could have been dynamic. You could have been honest. He's not that. He's bright, joyful. You could have been generic. Generous, sorry, generic. Could have been remarkable or loving, but you have picked this one and you are, oh no, he's an arsehole. Which is pretty.
That's twice.
It's very accurate, isn't it? It's very accurate. I don't know. To be honest, that's not even supposed to be in there. That's that. I don't even know how that got in there. You're only supposed to have this amount of cards.
So I've never seen that before, and I can't believe I've never seen that before because David and I chat quite often.
Right.
If I'm working on a sort of on a new thing, occasionally I'll send it over to him and ask him what he thinks. He sends me some, but for some reason this one
slipped through the
cracks. Yeah. So that's great, and it's based. So he did send me his previous effect, the one where you
which was a pack of cards and he spelled down.
Right,
I can't remember what it was called now. But
I can't. But when I got that about 2 years ago, and
Profile?
I got it before it came out, so I filled everybody left, right, and centre with it, and he's really streamlined it down into this packet effect, hasn't he? So,
so the great thing with this is the couple of things about it. The cards are like a plastic card, so they would work in the pub as well. They're like a Teflon sort of card. So that if you're going to do it in the pub, they get wet, they'll be all right.
And then you get. I'm just going to take these out.
Yeah, you get 2 sets of cards.
Sorry, you get 2 sets of cards. So the other one,
you don't have to do the rude version. But I mean, everyone's going to. But.
This one's quite clever because it's the other way around. You've got all negative cards, so lazy, rude, greedy, sort of negative personality traits, and they end up with the only positive one, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's quite a nice way of doing it. But obviously, us being us, we had to go the other way.
I mean, the other cool thing with this is you don't necessarily have to use the rude one. You could take one of these and swap them round. So you could make, if you don't want to be quite so rude, you can put this in. So that could be rude. So it could end up being rude or greedy or jealous or hostile or boring or dull or something. So you could, you're at somewhere you think, that arsehole one's a bit over the top. Stick dull in. So they end up being dull out of all. And again, if you look at how they're made, see how these are all like bright colours on this side. And that's the only dark one. So it really contrasts. And it's the same if you put, again, you don't have to be awesome. You could put loving into that set.
And just thinking a little bit out of the box here, you could always put a sticker over that and write something on there yourself, couldn't you?
Yeah. It's completely self-working. And when I say completely, I mean totally self-working. The cards literally do everything for you. If you can spell, you can do the trick. That's it. There's no sleight of hand. There's no funny moves.
It's very clever.
No funny counting or anything like that.
Very, very clever method.
Cards are specially manufactured. I wouldn't say the method, but so that you can't get it wrong. So I think it's a great trick, and for 25 quid, I think
brilliant.
It's a brilliant price.
Think it is brilliant. Yeah.
I think.
Is that the last one? Because I might buy it myself.
Limited stock.
Yeah. Wink. No, it's really good.
Very good. I think just one more thing before we finish. I think Vanishing Ink should have put the price up on that. I think it's too cheap.
I would agree with you.
It's too cheap for what it is.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So there we go.
Fabulous trick. Really clever thinking by David. And
so, 2 questions for you. Do you think it's good?
Yes.
Would you use it?
Yes.
Me too. So I would use it. I dem it in the shop, and I have used it as well.
At gigs.
The asshole
version.
Yep.
Reaction was
good. I can do it at stag do's and stuff. I do it on a bunch of lads. You know what I mean? It's perfect.
I'm a fan of that type. As you, this is why you said I'm surprised you haven't got this because it's up your street. I'm a fan. I've always got something in my wallet that I can go and do for it. Because whenever you're doing any gig, like a wedding or whatever, there's always a group of lads standing at the bar away from everybody else. And you know full well you can go over there and you can do something like this and it's going to go down a treat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely.
Good.
I would give that 100%. My highest recommendation.
I would give it my highest recommendation.
Excellent. So on to the next one. So this is brand new, just launched at Blackpool, I think, or just before Blackpool, by Matthew Wright. It's called Lucky 52. And we're not going to perform this, and we'll go into the reasons why we're not going to perform it in a second. But here's the trailer, have a look at it, and we'll be back after the trailer.
I can't believe it. I did it. Me. World champion.
World champion of what?
Huh?
Of what?
Pardon?
Of what?
Snap. Snap. No, not snap. World snap champion.
Well done.
Thank you. Snap world champion. I mean, mixed emotions, to be fair. I did cheat a little bit. Mixed emotions, really, because I cheated a little bit. It's really hard to cheat at the World Championship. You can't use marked cards. Everyone who takes part brings their own deck. 52 people enter, they all use their own decks and stuff. But what I did, I used my lucky card. You know what that is, Jess? It's my lucky card. Whenever I see my lucky card, I just snap. Don't even think about it. Just snap automatic. Snap straight away. Guaranteed to match my lucky card. Never fails. First of all, we'll give them a little shuffle. You just say stop anytime you want, Laura. But then you know they're not in any order. I would never cheat. I cheat a little bit. I do cheat a little bit. I've got my lucky card. So I'm going to deal down. You look at my poker face, and whenever you want to say snap, you're just going to look at my poker face and snap. You're not looking for a snap, you're not feeling for a snap, you're just going to say snap. And I guarantee that when you say snap, it will match my lucky card.
Snap, snap, snap!
6 of clubs. Yeah, you could go for any of these, they're all different. Yeah. Happy with the 6? Yeah. If the Queen of Diamonds isn't on here, I'm going to give you €50. So bearing that in mind, do you want to switch from the Queen or do you want to stick with the Queen? Do you want to change or do you want to stick with the 3?
Sticking with it.
There it is. There it is.
Come on, baby.
There it is. They're all different. They're all different top back as well. I told you everyone brings their own deck. Like that one, that's Psychedelic Sally. Jack of Spades, that's Floral Tess. Cowboy Matt Garrett, that's his card. Slack Alice, Fast and Fanny. They've all got their own cards, they all bring their own decks. Yeah, they've all got different cards. They're all different on the back. And I told you that you were going to stop me on the exact match of my lucky card.
Is that
all
no,
card?
It's not.
It's the exact match of my lucky card.
Oh my god, yeah! Oh! Wow! Oh,
The exact match of my lucky card.
no! That's a real card as well.
You owe me 50 quid.
Shit.
You owe me €50.
What?
Lucky card.
We have a winner!
Yes. Ha! Yes. In your face. Loser. Loser. A loser. Loser.
Prick!
World Snap Champion!
Yes. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yeah.
So that was the trailer for Lucky 52 by Matthew Wright, and that boy knows how to film a trailer, doesn't he?
His trailers are really good.
They're great, aren't they?
Really good. Some of them are like little movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love his performance style.
He's such a great performer. He's such a nice bloke as well. But he's one of them performers who's gone out there and worked hard and done it in every environment. So when I first knew Matt, he was doing restaurant magic like we all were back in those days, really.
Yeah.
I mean, this is quite a long time ago. And then we were talking about this earlier, and then he went out to Spain and he was working in the House of Illusion for Rodney. And, you know, he became this absolutely world-class performer. You know, he's performed at FISM and everything else.
He's putting out some good stuff.
He's smashing it. He's knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, he's smashing it. His performance style really rubs off on you.
Well, he's just funny and entertaining. Yeah. So this is his new effect, just released at Blackpool, Lucky 52. First of all, again, a bit of a theme this week, but the packaging is fabulous.
Yeah.
Looks great. And you get a specially printed pack of cards to do this routine, and something else, which I'm not going to talk about because it will give part of the method away. But what a great premise for a trick. You know, you rock up at a table and say, I am the world snap champion. I mean, it's just
funny.
It's funny already. You know, you don't even have to be funny to get a laugh from that, do you? And then he goes into this whole thing around snap, and they've just got to snap the hand down.
Yeah.
And you've got your lucky card there and all the rest of it. You've got people interest straight away. You know, self-working trick. Easy to follow, easy to understand, and there's a kicker ending. So, you know,
what more do you want?
What more do you want? Exactly. You've got a great hook. You've got beautiful props. And like I say, custom printed deck. The only negative thing I've got to say about this, really, and it's not the end of the world, but you have got to do a little bit of DIY when you first get it out of the pack. So it's going to take you, I would say, about 25 minutes to do. Once it's done, it's done.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do it. You may have to do something much later on, but that's only if you're performing it a lot. And what you're doing to the cards may need redoing. Yeah. But not for a long, long time. Okay. Was that vague enough? I think it was.
No, I think that's okay.
I don't want to give the method away.
What's the quality of the cards like?
So the quality of the cards are great. You've got some really interesting looking, I mean, look at that for a back. You've got like a Santa Claus back there. You've got this whole rainbow deck thing going on. So that these look great, look really interesting and eye-catching, and, you know, there's some fabulous things. And then you've got your... so this is the sort of payoff card. This is your prediction. You would put that down right at the start, and the whole premise is built around that. So if you like what you saw in the trailer, then you're going to perform this because it's easy to do. I imagine it gets a great reaction. I haven't tried it myself, but I imagine it would get a great reaction. So, yeah, fantastic stuff.
I can't remember what the price is off the top of my head, but I remember it. I think it's quite cheap for what it is, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's similar to that. I think it's, you know, for what you're getting for your money, I think it's a really good price point for the trick. I like it. I like it. When I first saw the trailer, I thought that is really cool. Right up my street. Again, it's funny. It's got a bit of a story to it. Easy to do. It's not much not to like, really, is there?
No.
So I guess the question is, well, I think we already know that. Do you like it?
Yes.
Would you use it working?
Yes.
Yes, me too. I like it. I think it's something that we will demonstrate in the shop on a regular basis.
Honestly, I think every time you dem this, you would sell it.
Yeah, I think so.
Because people can see, you know, how much fun, and you can rattle through it quickly as well. I mean, Matthew sort of draws it out because he's that type of a performer. I think me and you perform very similar, a lot faster in our performance style. But you could still do it in the same way because you just set up the premise and you deal through the cards and then you bang the hand down and that's it, you're done. Yeah. And the payoff is great. You've got a little gag, a bit of a groan, and then the big finish. Yeah. Yeah, fabulous. Love it.
Yeah, really good trick.
Well done, Matt. Well, that's it then for the second show.
That's it.
Hope people like it.
A wrap.
Yeah, a wrap. Let us know if you're enjoying this. Let us know if you're not, because, you know, anything you want to change, let us know. We're open to that. It's going to evolve, I think, as it goes along.
This is only the second one. So, yeah, any questions or any suggestions you've got, anything you want us to talk about, or
Anything you want us to review in particular that that we've got, you want to have a closer look at, you want to see Graeme or I having a stab at performing, that'd be great. And yeah, the over to you bit, I think that's going to be really good. So keep those questions and suggestions coming in. And I think we need to do the double thumbs up thing this week. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.